Storm Spirit, heroes that are not necessarily in vogue right now, but are definitely
than that. You want to keep the Dazzle in a position where he's harassing you, because otherwise Synderen would be probably level 2.5 already.
Ooh, Abed's actually in some serious trouble. He's going to be run down here. The Orb of Venom. Oh, a little bit of body block there. Koifa ended up running the wrong way. Doesn't get the full spin onto Abed, but looks like they're still going to try and run him down, but no. The slow comes in from Tim's just in time. And Koifa, a lot of talk about him on the panel. He seems to be the very clear star player of Execration, and Escape putting quite the premium on being able to shut him down. Now, top lane, we're going to have some action here. YapzOr is going to try and stay in front of the arrow, make sure there's no combo. Now, they are very slowed down as Nando had to leap himself forward. Kezu drops dangerously low. One more hit, that's all they need back, and will be taking a lot of damage from the flame break, but it's not quite enough. Gets himself away. Era actually gets taken out with a double damage to amplify damage, but Nando right in the middle of a sea of Escape Gaming members will fall, and Tim's couldn't make the escape either. Pops his ultimate, tries to get what damage he can, but Execration was
damage already.
The arrow comes out. Koifa will manage to get the spin out. You can see you can't leave this tiny, especially now that he has the Aghanims with the armlet. He's taken the tower down pretty quickly. Koifa will manage to get the force staff as well as the shallow grave save. He starts backing himself away and will be able to heal himself up and escape, I believe, that they don't need to make a full retreat here. In fact, they can actually go back in a second. Oh, Jesus! Era takes the whole 1-2 punch and takes out Kimo, making this defense now a 4 versus 5 for Execration. And Kezu, he's looking for a second hero, makes his initiation, but the roll-in is already there. They manage to pop Koifa. Now the pushback on Era as well. They might just be able to take out this Aegis, but not before Era slays this Lardar. In the background, though, Tim's is doing what damage he can to the rest of the back line, making sure there is space for Execration to try and take out Era in round 2. Put the physical damage like crazy.
Yeah, they need space to work and a lot of room, and they simply just didn't have that in this small cluster. This is where Era was able to just start swinging left, right, and center, as so many of these heroes were clumped up. His Aghanims went to absolute work here, as YapzOr stayed alive for so long, got that smoke screen off again onto Nando.
I mean,
he's
hitting an amplified damage a hero and just cleaving through them so quickly. I'm not sure how. I don't know, that I'm loving this Armlet Echo Saber Aghanims. Like, his physical damage in those first 2 swings is insane.
And you saw that the Mirana just couldn't keep up in a fight like that.
Force staffs coming in soon for RR. Said they need a little bit of space, and the extra mobility item may help them out. Linken's for Nando after his Blink and Ags. But he's going to have to start making himself a little bit more of a physical damage presence in these fights if the game pushes on much longer. Long-range arrow just to be able to scout the Roshan pit, which we know is not going to be up for another minute's time.
They really need to get these 2 supports. Execration's going to stand a chance at winning these team fights. If you're able to grab the Riki or the Dazzle, they're doing so much, especially Synderen with those Graves. No missteps by him in this game.
Particularly tough now, especially since he has the Diffusal Blade. Can't really rely on the silence of Tim's or even the amplified damage of RR to give them that hold on YapzOr, as he's just able to purge it right off, go for the tricks of the trade, blink strike himself away afterwards.
BKB completed on the Mirana. Big fan of this item on her. I think in terms of physical damage, she does eventually need it, but Nando's in a position where he needs more defensive items. Yeah. Because most of your damage is just going to come from staying alive and getting multiple Starstorms off.
Yeah, it's just about being able to blink into the middle of all these heroes. And now he's got the BKB right. He doesn't have to immediately leap out after he gets a Starstorm. Now he can actually sit in the middle of them and just lay out as much havoc as possible.
Right, here's the rough scenario, is that Execration knows that Roshan is up because of the Forge Spirit, but they don't have any smokes, to my knowledge. And they desperately need to not give up this Roshan. Especially after that last team fight.
How do they make this work? If you can't get the surprise smoke initiation,
allies disappear.
You've only got Moonlight Shadow to work with. You just Well, it looks like they're just going to run straight at him. Now, Escape are actually doing something quite similar here.
Oh, they're going to wrap. I really like this.
They're fully going to wrap into the secret shop area, and just like that, Execration have given up their high ground advantage, and Escape will be able to find the jump in first, but the Lincolns came in. Abed not going to be jumped on, but now the combination comes in. Era as well as the Blink and Koifa managed to get off the Omni Slash, 2 down already, and Escape looking for the cleanup. Tims, he's going to be the target. He managed to get the kickoff, but unlikely to get a roll away, just doesn't have the time in the world to be able to get out. Escape, that was an opening for them originally to perhaps take Roshan and an Aegis, but there's no need. Oh, wow, Nando managed to find that one pick off, but Escape, they're like, okay, we lost Koifa, doesn't matter. Era is still the big carry right now, and we still can go high ground here and take ourselves a Rax. Blink in, Nando looking for some damage, pops the BKB just in time ahead of that avalanche, but our poor Slardar doesn't stand a chance. Era is just too damn big, too farmed, and will be able to take out the full lane of Rax.
And the Roshan's going to follow shortly after. And Execration, they had to contest that Roshan, but they just don't really have the resources anymore. And they were always going to get jumped on first in a position without smoke. Escape, obviously having the gem and the superior ward advantage.
Arrow, oh god, the TP out, Synderen!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
TP's out just ahead of that one. They're going to get a little bit more information. They see Yapzor, nail him with the Sunstrike. So Execration know, at the very minimum, that Escape aren't able to do Roshan just this time, but he's got a lot of team backing him up. They managed to get the gem. He will be able to almost pop Yapzor, but Synderen comes in just in time with the shallow grave, and Yapzor goes all out, knowing that he's got the ultimate to be able to fall back on. They've taken out the Slardar, and now look on the side for the Bane. Kimo is going to be spotted out, tries to go for Yapzor, can't quite get the kill. Nando comes in, will be able to get him with the Starstorm, but it might cost him his life. He pops the BKB, gets tossed up in the air to try and delay his advantage, but leap away. Oh, just in time. He had the weave on him, and a lot of him get some farm while he waits for the inevitable push high ground by Escape. Now the initiation, managed to get the stun. Garjo going to try and pop Era from a distance here, laying out all of their nukes, but there is the shallow grave.
Throughout the last fight, they needed
the stun on 3. That's a big one, but Execration not going to be able to fully follow this one up. No disables to be able to lock down those heroes, and now RR's the one who gets locked down for the Abyssa Blade. Abed makes his way, though. Is he going to be able to make his way out of this one? The quick leap, but puts him in an awkward position. He's going to try and go back in, trying to... This is going to be the fight Execration desperately need to be able to
Weaver ready. They can sense this.
Already out. Their smoked pops. And now some of the heroes revealed. Execration. Tim's going to be the first one jumped on. Slithering Crush comes in. Tims will be able to get off a couple abilities before he falls, but Nando's locked in by the lasso. Plus the Omni Slash. Nando gets the BKB off. Tries to go for the pop on Kezu. Not enough damage. And it's poor Abed who lays the victim there as Escape turned towards him as Nando goes with that magic invulnerability. Will be able to TP himself away, but it is very clearly a victory for Escape and probably the last nail in the coffin for Execration here in game number 1.
Yeah, because of that pushed out top lane, they read that situation perfectly. Synderen throws down that weave just out of caution onto his own team. They run into each other, almost nothing they can do.
Into Arrow, trying to get as much magic damage, but it only brings him down to his liver. It's still not enough. He survives with the Sunstrike, and now Execration are fully committed to kill that hero, and they didn't get him. Backing themselves away, Nando will be able to survive. Abed jumps forward, trying to slow down Era as best as possible, throwing down the EMP as well. Era blinks back, no buyback whatsoever, and Execration, some of the rest of them are still being spotted here. Yapzor is going to slow down Tims, will be able to get the smoke screen out. Yet another kill, potentially. Abed is going to try and get as much damage, but there is the ults coming out from the Riki. Meanwhile, Slithering Crush goes down, trying to stop the Juggernaut. The rest of Escape Gaming push forward, knowing that without the Mirana, they're locking a lot of damage, but still, Abed pushes some of them back. Era almost getting caught by the Fiend's grip there of Kimo, but he thinks twice about that one.
Now they're just going to start this relentless push, trying to go for the mega creeps. They know at this point if the Mirana had buyback, she would have used it by now.
Jump in, melee Rax with only a little bit of HP left. Tims tries to go for the initiation. They managed to get the Fiend's grip onto Era, but he got the BKB off first, and Kimo pays with his life for being able to get that slight hold on the Tiny, and the rest of Execration fall. Just like that, ending with Era splitting the Invoker in twain. 41-14.